y'all. Let's do a quick update on the Texas border and the little horn forming down there where Trump is going to eventually reign. And we see the slow process of this starting now. Well, it's actually a very fast process. But it's all been things that's been in the works for years and years and decades, okay? And it's all coming down to these final moments. And it's now at a time where we're so far late in the game, who gives a shit, right? They're gonna do the long game with Don and let him be the morning star and do his rise for the 3 years, okay? So with this comes issues, okay? Because Don has to have issues to blast when he needs you to come to truth, because people can't find the truth anywhere else but the Truth app, all right? And this thing happening, or that's going to happen down at the border, it's going to be a major play for the Truth app and going to be a major play for Trump, because first off, Trump is going to be riding God's tail, all right? And this is not the tail of the Lord Jesus. This is the tail of Lucifer. And he's going to be telling you that this thing was done great by God. It's a gift of God. Praise Jesus here and there, or whatever, right? And that praise Jesus is to the 6 raise, okay? Because he's raising the stakes. Anyways, so it seems to be, I've told y'all in the past that something is going to happen, and more than likely it's at the border, and Biden is going to play the hand wrong and going to consider it an American attack, okay? Or he's going to blame the wrong country or whatever, right? So blaming the wrong country would be blaming America. So we see Trump's army, otherwise known as homegrown terrorism, or the militia, forming in Texas. And they reported it yesterday, and this militia will be involved in an incident. And this incident could be that one that's shown for one day, but it's going to be a war, a short-lived war, or some thing like that. And more than likely it's going to involve the militia, and it's going to involve the cartel of Mexico or some border people crossing over and things like this, okay? So more than likely what would happen is Biden or Kamala, depending when this takes place, is going to blame the homegrown terrorism, okay? It's going to be like a clear thing that it was the other person's fault. That was the other country's fault. It's cartel's fault, however it's going to play, okay? But our administration right now, or Kamala's administration, is going to blame the homegrown terrorism, okay? And that's going to help further the divide and conquer, and help the take the gun scheme and all these other things, okay? They're prepping everybody for this stuff right now, y'all. All right, for y'all just to eat it up, okay? And y'all have all been shown this stuff throughout the movies or whatever, some cartel shootout, bang bang craziness in the desert or whatever, and they're telling us now that all these kids are dying from fentanyl coming over the border, and they got all these tunnels dug, right? And the Fox Trump comes up through the tunnels to just take it by an explosion, right? And that explosion may not be a literal explosion, but it's an explosion of information and actions and happenings around the world. because these things that's happening, that Trump is tunneling, are it's basically tunneling out the infrastructure from the world you know. So the world you know, once there's so many tunnels, it will collapse in on itself. And that's exactly what's going on now. And that's why the stupid plays are being played, like where Biden is sending oil to China. That's just to help further along the delusion of the people who buy what they are selling you. All right? And it's to help create the storyline for the collapse. All right? Now, y'all, if y'all think about this, okay? You got this so-called inflation, all right? And you got corn, let's say $6 for 6 years, okay? Now, all these people are telling me about all these digital deals, okay? Because they're signing up for the beast system because they worship the life that they've been given. Cheap prices, the prices, the cheap luxuries of life to keep you fully locked down and blinded and entertained and chained up to the chains of darkness, all right? And so if there's this so-called real inflation, all right, and all you got to do is sign up for an app to save all this money, okay? You think these corporations are going to lose all this money just because they want you to sign up for an app, okay? What do they gain from you signing up from an app or to an app? They gain absolutely nothing, okay? What they gain is a chain to your soul, all right? Because you are blindly following the world. You're not questioning anything in front of you. You don't believe the Bible that you read, if you even read it. You don't have the right Bible if you read it. There's all kinds of elements going on into the big picture of things where people cannot see the day and hour, okay? And the little horn is forming. You're going to see a rise in the moral landscape, and this is going to be like what the little horn and stuff rides on, and this is going to be your anti-government kind of rising up, and it's they're going to ride the coattails of the church because he's coming in to conquer the rest of the church, okay? The tribulation's over, folks. It's the wrath of the Lord coming in because you didn't go for him the first time, so now you got to suffer the consequences, all right? And that false prophet is in office now, and he's making you worship that man because you didn't do it properly the first time. Y'all didn't storm the Capitol like you were supposed to the first time. Y'all didn't do anything that you were supposed to do the first time. So the Lord, aka the Don, has to come in, and they have to make you worship his name and number. And that's what they're doing now. And the church is lost, supposedly, because they just don't seem to get it, folks. They just don't seem to